Very good morning to each one of you. On behalf of the Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce, we welcome each one of you to the session on digital transformation for MSME. In time like this, we need to stay connected and stay positive. This session is being organized under the aegis of Industry 4.0 Expert Committee of BCIC. We would like to specially thank Mr. A. N. Chandramoli, past President and Chairman Industry 4.0 Expert Committee BCIC, for curating this session for the benefit of our members at this crucial period. The speaker for today's session, Dr. A. Balamurugan, founder and CEO, Strategic Solutions. For the benefit of participants, I would like to share a brief profile of Dr. A. Balamurugan. He has worked for several MNCs in India in various capacity, starting from VST Tailors and Tractors, SKF Bearings, Crompton Greaves, BPL Sanyo Home Appliance, MAKINO India, and his final assignment was in Starag India. Presently, he is consulting for organizations on business, process, and people excellence. On behalf of the Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce, we express our sincere thanks to Dr. A. Balamurugan for accepting our invitation to address on this important subject. We would like also to thank all the participants for joining today's session. We request you to kindly mute your mic or webcam options. This is to enhance and keep the bandwidth strong as well as to avoid any disturbance in the background. Please post your questions in the chat box only. Also, be viewing the chat box for any specific instruction given by the organizer from time to time. The speakers will respond the questions during the session, and in case time do not permit, we shall share the queries to the panelists and shall revert back to you accordingly. Kindly note the organizers will be disconnecting those participants who switch on their mics or webcam despite of our frequent request. Now, may I invite Mr. A. N. Chandramoli, the moderator of this session, to inaugurate and set the context for today's subject. Thanking you once again to all. Over to you, Chandramoli, sir.
Thank you, Prithvi. Am I audible? Am I audible?
You're audible, sir.
You're audible, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Balamurugan, Dr. Balamurugan. And thank you very much, Prithvi, for the nice introduction. I would like to just talk a few words on the context of today's webinar. This is the third in the series of BCIC webinars on Industry 4.0. First, we set the context of the pandemic and the Industry 4.0 a couple of weeks back. Then we had how to restart critical equipment like CNC machine tools. And today we are addressing a very important topic called the MSME, digital transformation for MSMEs. And MSMEs, we all acknowledge after Finance Minister and our Honorable Prime Minister's announcements last week, or this week rather, MSMEs are the backbone of any industry anywhere in the world. Even in Germany and Japan, MSMEs share a very important role in the success of even larger corporations. They are indeed the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 and job shops that form the supply chain of the large corporations in many sectors, such as automobile, aerospace, machinery, power generation, industrial, oil and gas, and so on and so forth. And recently, I think Government of India has acknowledged the importance of reviving and surviving the MSMEs and come out of this pandemic. And with the minimum impact, I know it is not possible to reach 100% level quickly. But my humble submission is any amount of financial support is not going to solve the issues which are caused by many factors from the pandemic. One of them is social distancing. Another is visibility of information. Third is uncertainty of demand. Fourth is uncertainty of supply. And above all, uncertainty of people availability, especially the skilled manpower availability. And all this results in transparency and invisibility of status of resources, including equipment utilization and status of lorries and logistics, storage, transport, etc. And there are many attendant issues. And given this fact, is it affecting large OEMs? Never. it affects the entire supply chain or the value chain of industry. It more so affects those who add 80% of the value addition. We call them as MSMEs. MSMEs as well as OEMs who buy from them on a B2B mode, or for that matter, the general market who buy from them branded goods on a B2C mode, affected by this crisis. And therefore, the mutual dependency of the entire value chain is extremely critical for all the stakeholders in the chain. And that is to every sector, not only automobile sector, but every other sector. Now I come to a very important point of why this seminar today. In the normal times, this mutual dependency between OEMs and MSMEs is well understood and managed through traditional systems such as Lean, Kanban, TQM, TPM, and whatnot. A whole host of programs and training keeps happening in the Indian industry over the last 2 decades or 3 decades. But during the pandemic, we need dynamic adjustments of the entire supply chain system, flexible adjustments of all the resources. Just now, Dr. Devarajan was mentioning only 30% of the people are able to attend TVS Motor and Hosur. In spite of interstate movement and other constraints, they still started the production for export market. And there is also need for transparency of data. Sitting at home, the entrepreneurs should be able to see over 24 hours and 365 days what is happening to their factories, to the health of the people, manufacturing output, and across design to after sales service, etc. And this is further augmented by issues on real-time visibility. Real-time visibility means we must be able to see what is happening as of now, not yesterday's production or day before yesterday's production. It becomes more critical now during the crisis that we would like to know what's happening every hour. In some cases, every minute. In process industries, we know what happened in Vizag and Neyveli. Unless it is monitored on a minute-to-minute basis, it can cause a major safety issue. MSMEs also have to be wary of safety issues when they restart equipment and all. Traditional ERP systems, they lack the ability to manage the business. They are neither transparent nor real-time, and they don't have any collaboration across functions. Therefore, the motivation to go digital in 2020 and after 2020 is much more than the motivation that we had in 2019, when many MSMEs are asking, what is the benefit in it for us? And such motivation is now imperative for large corporations as well as the MSMEs who depend on the large corporation for the supply of raw materials, supply of parts, subsystems, and even standard items such as bearings and all, motors, etc. Now I come to my last introduction. The BCIC webinar is the first of its kind to accelerate digital transformation in the Indian industry with specific focus on MSMEs. I thank Dr. Bal with his more than 3 decades of industrial experience and is an approved ZED consultant, which means zero effect, zero defect consultancy. Nationally is an approved consultant, and he has a pulse of MSMEs by closely interacting with them during his industrial experience as well as post that during his consulting period now. And I now request him to deliver this webinar. We reserve all the questions to the end of the session, and from 12 to 12:30 or 12:15 to 12:30 we will take up all the questions. Please put all your questions on the text box and we will handle them at the end of the. Over to Balamurugan. Thank you so much, Dr. Balamurugan.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Rupa, can you give me the screen sharing option?
Just a moment, sir.
Can I share the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you confirm the screen is visible, Rupa?
Sir, please make it on the slideshow, sir.
Yeah, of course. Of course, I'll be doing it.
Yes, screen is visible. You can go to the view of the screen.
I hope the full screen is visible.
It is
Excellent.
clear, sir. Yes.
Okay, let me start. Very, very good morning, friends. The participants, I really thank all the participants who made time on this beautiful Saturday morning to be with BCIC and all of us. I sincerely thank BCIC also, my fellow industry members as well as organizers for arranging this program. Okay, let me go into the program. I know most of the people who may be in the webinar could be from MSME. So this presentation is mainly focused towards MSME. Though others are there, they can guide other MSME friends to implement some of the points what we are going to discuss now. Okay. Okay, we have discussed enough about me. I work for close to 30 years in industries, and I have my own consultancy firm, and I focus on excellence. I am also author of Amazon bestseller, Ride on the Road to Excellence. Of course, I'm a member of BCIC. I am in panel of QCA, as Mr. Mowley said, and I'm also in the jury for many of the competitions conducted by CAA. Though I consult for all type of organization, big, small, multinational companies, my special passion is also as a kind of giving back something back to society is to work through MSME. I have nice, good friends and well-wishers in MSME directors, extremely good-hearted people who have taken my help to help them to take the message of Z operational excellence, GEM, lean tools, everything throughout Karnataka and Goa. So my sincere thanks also goes to MSME Development Institute all over Karnataka and India. Now coming back to our program, digital technology. One small platform I would like to set is, yes, many of the MSMEs may be wondering, we are surviving now, just barely surviving in many cases, or maybe even on the way to perishing in a few cases. Then what is the context of digital technology now? It's a question of survival. I would like to take you through this presentation and impress upon you that no doubt we will survive. We Indians are very good in making sure that we do survive, because we have seen enough number of say emergencies or such pandemics in the past, and I'm sure we all come out of this with flying colors. At least most of us, I'm sure about it. We are very, very preserving kind of society, and we are technically, mentally very strong. I'm very confident we'll come out of this successfully, this temporary setback of so-called COVID. But once we come out, you will find, and all of us will find, it is going to be a little bit of different society, both society as well as say the business, how we conduct business, the style, the way, the technology. It was happening. Only thing, this pandemic has accelerated some of the changes, and it may remain permanent. You would have read already that the Twitter all over the world, they made working from home as permanent now. I think yesterday one more big Indian company made working from home permanent. Permanent means it will not go back to the office mode at all. There is one small change what you are seeing. Likewise, even businesses, even manufacturing businesses are going to see a lot of changes the way how the business is run. So let us go through the digital technology or digital tools. My effort is to make sure that even small companies, how they can adopt these digital tools in a small way to start with, so that we don't lose the bus to the progress. And this is my effort in introducing digital tools and digital technology applicable to MSMEs in a very small way. What I'll be doing is I'll be switching off my camera, if you don't mind, so that number one, to preserve the bandwidth, and to number two, to avoid the distraction. I'll be coming back onto camera maybe by end of the program. Okay, digital technology. 1 minute. Okay, I always like to discuss always why of any subject, of course, also on digital technology, before we see what and how. It is applicable anywhere in life, in any consulting, because if you understand why, then we always find what and how. They are just logical steps and easy to understand. So I would be spending quite a bit of time on why digital technology before talking about what is available. So you must be convinced that yes, digital technology or digital tools are applicable and useful to even smaller companies. That is more important than anything else. Very well known. I will not be asking what is industry 1.0, 2.0. I think all of us know, or most of us will be knowing. Only thing what I would like to highlight here to all the people who are watching is, if you see when the industry 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, or other things what is coming up, you will find that the number of years are shortening. Maybe 1 and 2, maybe 100 years, maybe 2 and 3 could be 80 years, 3 and 4 could be maybe 60 years, possibly, or 40 years. Now, Industry 4.0, whether we like or not, it is already on us. People are already telling Industry 5.0 is already starting, like personalization and mass customization or whatever we call, is already on the way, especially with the advent of 5G technology also. Now you see the technology gap is increasing. Between 1 and 2, there was a little bit of technology, say, jump. Between 2 and 3, maybe there was a big jump. 3 and 4, huge jump. God knows what will happen between 4 and 5. Now it is happening, whether it's the MSME or big OEM or a person or a citizen, we are seeing the effects of these technological changes that is happening. So we have to accept it is happening, and we are already part of Industry 4.0. Now, this is the survey which was conducted last year, which of course in USA, I don't think much has changed, say in industries between India and anywhere else in the world. When the customers were asked whether the technologies will transform their expectation and of the companies, it could be the customer and the company, the interaction. What the customer feel about the companies is, if you find, these are several tools that is available, for example, Industry 4.0. So if you see, you will find dark blue in many places, 20%, 14%, 29%. These are the different tools of Industry 4.0. And little bit dark blue, you will find a huge chunk of organizations are already adapting and embracing that throughout the world. And the light blue, if you see, will transform within next 5 years. This is last year survey, maybe next 3-4 years. In other words, if you observe carefully, 100% or most of the companies are going to adapt Industry 4.0 all and across the world in next 4 years. So where are we? If you find the sum around 87, 86%, you see a huge thing. All the important Industry 4.0 technologies are being adapted very actively across the globe. So I always ask the organization, our friends in India also, where is your organization? Is it in dark blue color? That is, you are already transformed or very deeply into that, or light blue, that means you are doing it, or sky blue, you are going to do. But here, if you see, the option is not that I am not going to do, because the world is running at a different speed. We have the option of keeping up with the speed, or yes, we can be left out of the race. It's up to us. Now, I just want to touch upon, it's a huge presentation. I pruned it down to suitable for, say, just for about, say, the 1 hour of presentation. What are the factors that is driving these changes? Industry has become highly technical, highly digital. So what is driving? Please note that I'm mentioning, we have a choice to embrace or be allowed to fall by the wayside. We cannot be telling, sir, I don't know, sir, what is happening across the world. I will run my industry in my own way. You will see later, like even previous slide, the customer also is very perceptive of what is happening across the world and is very knowledgeable about technology. So if you don't adapt appropriate technologies, I'm not telling you to adapt everything. So there may be chances that our industry may fail in the near future, in spite of COVID or no COVID, in spite of support from government or no support from government. So what are the factors? Mainly 4 factors in my opinion is globalization, disruptive innovation, entrepreneurship, and sustainability. Quickly seeing globalization, all of us know that we are touched by globalization. You and me want to buy anything across. You may buy a product from Peru, you can buy sitting in Bangalore. You may want to buy a product from, say, Taiwan, you can do it right now sitting from your home. There are enough number of tools available in your fingertips. The same way even industries. When I was in the machine tool industry, to manufacture one machine, I think we bought, say, components from 8 or 10 countries. So we are hugely dependent on each other between the countries, within the country. We cannot be running as a silo or as an island ourselves. So we're touched by globalization. Disruptive innovation. It is not any more linear innovation. It could be a Tesla car, it could be a electric car, or it could be a 5G technology, like working from home. It is also a disruptive innovation because it's an innovation, but you know what it can impact on. It has got several negative impacts about office spaces, what will happen, about office equipment, what will happen, about pickup and drop facility, what will happen to Uber. These are all disruptive forces. But can we avoid? God knows. In fact, today also there was an article, I think yesterday, Times of India, how all over the world people are going to work from home, even many manufacturing, except for manufacturing people. So that is disruptive innovation. entrepreneurship compared to 10 years back. I mean, of course, a little bit older of us, even 20, 25 years back, how difficult it was to start a company. Now, I was telling somebody else yesterday, seminar somewhere else, in the last, say, maybe 1 year time, maybe 1.5 years, 18 months time, I have met only in Karnataka at least 15 to 20 people, children. I will call children because they are less than 20, 18, 20-year-old boys and girls. They are running their own companies, successful companies. So it is no more that you have to call yourself a very senior level position or a successful company. One need to be very elderly gentleman or elderly woman. No, even youngsters, 35, 30 years people, old people, they are becoming CEOs and CFOs and decision makers. So we have to deal with the psychology and the requirement and mindset of that kind of age group to survive in the world. Other thing is sustainability. Quickly we know, like plastic is banned, of course. So what impact it has got on society? So we may say some iceberg is melting in Antarctica. You and me cannot be telling, okay, so what does it matter in Bangalore? So it melts, so what? But you know that it has got an indirect and direct bearing on what is happening across the world. And these are the four main factors which is driving business and personal life in a great way and changing the way how we work. So we have to adapt to these changes if we want to be successful in our business or personal life. So are we going to run away and perish, or we are going to embrace and succeed? It is a choice for us. This I am very fond of this particular chart: circle of concern, circle of influence. In fact, most of the consulting program or training program, I make a point to put this chart. It's very important. We can worry, we can keep worrying about COVID, we can keep worrying about say political leaders across the world, we can worry about so many things. That's called circle of concern. Yes, it is very, very important, but it is a circle of concern. Other is circle of influence. That is what you and me can do. In spite of all these concerns, what you and me can do. If we can reduce the dark brown circle into a smaller circle, then there is a much better choice and chance of success in our life rather than just worrying. Even as industries, yes, there is a big worry for us, genuine worry for most of the industries. All of us know that. But just by sitting and worrying, can we come out of the problem? No way. So it is a fighting spirit that is what is going to make us come out with all the difficulties. So let us look into what is the circle of influence, what influence we can make in our organization in a small way to begin with, is what we want to touch upon in this presentation. Yes, it's a huge, huge, huge ocean, digital technology. I'm not claiming I'm an expert at all. At all. I've seen a little bit in my consulting, say, profession here and there. There are some good people whom I interacted with. And as a child, I make a point that I learn every day. So I know a little bit about, but certainly not a master at all. It's a huge ocean. So bigger organizations take up this very expensive enterprise-wide advanced technology implementation. You go and see the Samsung, the videos, the company videos, they are talking about enterprise transformation in Korea. They are already using 5G technology in the production shop floor. 5G technology in the production shop floor. I will not spend time on that. I am not talking about such a big thing now, or a Benz, or a, say, Boeing. But what we are going to see today is digital technology that can be implemented by even smaller organization with a little bit of investment. Yes, some investment is required, but we have to face the world, so we need to decide on that. So in a smaller way and with smaller investment is what you are going to see. Not very huge technologies what big companies are doing. There is a different forum for that. Now, I am confident once these small basic steps are implemented and benefits are realized, I am sure many organizations will slowly ramp up to implement the bigger technologies also in the near future. Now, the question is why we are talking digital transformation now. Number one, as we saw in a graph a little while back, your customer and my customer technological awareness has increased many-fold. Our customers are very, very, very knowledgeable. We cannot be producing our components as well as our system. It cannot be old type and outdated type and still expect to win the customer. It can be only a short-term, say, occurrence. Your customer could be in Pune, Bangalore, Mysore, Assam, or he could be in some, say somewhere else in a remote corner of the world. Nowadays, it doesn't matter with this technology where your customers are, your competitor. I mean, competitor as well as customer. They can be anywhere. So your industry and my industry should be able to cater to anybody in the world. And that is what is happening. The company in, say, USA may start procuring from Pune company, I mean, next door to you. So it can happen and it is already happening. By the way, 44 or 45% of export from India, manufacturing export, happens from MSME companies, 44%, not a small number. So MSMEs are indeed exporting. So this is another reason. Nowadays, digital tools have become more cost effective, much more cost effective than even say 3 or 4 years back. So it has become more affordable. So there are a few more things is internet connectivity. You can see the graph here. Now, yeah, 4G, you are talking of 100 Mbps, but practically you will see only say 25, 30 Mbps, most of us, but 100 Mbps is 4G. But once 5G comes, it's going to be 10 Gbps. So what are we going to do with? Are you going to watch more movies in Netflix using this? Yes, could be one smaller option for entertainment. But as business owners, we should see how this 4G and 5G, we are going to use it for our business. That is what we are here for. So that is something which is happening. Connectivity has become very, very fast, and it's data-driven age. Nobody accepts, sir, I am an industry leader, I am a CEO, or I am MD of the company. I am telling you do. Even employees won't listen anymore. People are asking for data, and there is no place for assumption-based decision in industry at all. You are expected to be agile, no doubt at all. Again, all of us know those days are gone where I can take decision tomorrow, day after tomorrow, the week after that, still world will wait for me. Now it is not going to wait. We are expected to be agile, and customer needs response as early as possible. Like Mr. Mowli said, today, I'll be touching these points a lot in the presentation. We must know everything real time, not yesterday data, day first day data, even customer need data today. Now, there are some reasons why it is required for internal reason. There are external reason what we saw. See, yeah, an organization must work like a well-oiled machine together, like an engine of an automobile where there are thousands of parts, at least as of now, when fossil fuel is there, when electric car comes a different matter. So many thousands of parts, still they work like a uniform entity to produce the power. So your organization must also work like this together. So digital transformation can help this. There is communication between function must be in real time. Your operation man must know what is happening in finance, your finance man must know what is happening in say incoming material. Everything must be in real time. I highlighted you. I'll be touching upon many times. You kindly don't mistake me. When it means you, it could be me also as a business leader. You means a business leader. So you need to be knowing, the business leader must be knowing what is happening in the organization again in real time. And inefficient organization do not track consistent success anymore. So you must know what is the efficiency in your organization so that you can take corrective action immediately. Is a need of the hour, and the time is really running out. I'm repeating again, the corona has only made the thing more faster. It has accelerated the changes, but now to pick up the boots, we need to run faster. This is analysis by McKinsey. It came sometime back in Industrial Automation magazine. They predict that if Indian companies they implement Industry 4.0 across every industry, including manufacturing, supply chain, logistics, and procurement, the McKinsey report says we can improve the profits by 40%, not 1%, 2%, 40%. Whenever I go for consulting, when I ask what is the value addition percentage in your process, in fact, many industry leaders or even operation heads, they won't know. Sir, we are doing well, we are efficient, but what is that percentage? Most probably it will be in single digit or maybe in 18-20% range, certainly not more than that. So this analysis says if you run efficiently using Industry 4.0, it can lead to operating profit increasing by 40%. This itself can be a good motivation for us to start. Now, in spite of all this, we don't accept changes. Okay, human psychologies, we don't accept changes that easily. But digital transformation, we don't accept that easily. We wanted a push, more like a, say, a comic I picked up from our LinkedIn somewhere. It says, who led the digital transformation of our company? A CEO, a CTO, that is Chief Technology Officer, COVID-19. They say, thankfully, COVID-19 is what started the digital transformation. It's a very famous thing that is running around in LinkedIn. So we wanted this COVID-19 to push us to start the digital transformation. By the way, I have a question. Let us not think digital transformation is some new animal which has come and landed amongst us. I just want to ask a question. Is it something new? Few questions. You have always collected data, every company. You always use internet in your organization. Your machine always had some sensors, transducers. Most of the machines they have. Of course, your organization has servers, IT department, everything is there. So what do you mean digital transformation? now. And of course, your HR, finance, marketing, they always use some ERP, something or other they've been using. What about our Facebook? What about our WhatsApp? What about we buying in Amazon? That is also digital. So what are we talking about transformation now? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we were using digital tools, no doubt at all. But if you observe carefully, it was not in a coordinated way. Now it's much more faster. It is something will be touching upon latest cost-effective and miniaturization of components. It could be sensor, transducer, IC chip. Everything has become miniaturized. It has become more customer focused. Very, very important. And people are using digital tools for taking strategic decision, or they must use rather. So the digital transformation will lead leaders to take strategic tools. Okay, can we ignore internet? Can we ignore digital connected world? This is as of 2019. I could not pick up the latest one. It's not very old. 1 year earlier, maybe you can add a few billion or few millions here and there. You see the people who are connected to internet, people who are using mobile phone, phenomenal, phenomenal. You see the unique mobile phone users, 500 crores or 511 crores people in the world. Maybe it has become now maybe 600 crores in the last 1 year. Internet user 438 crores. And of course, youngsters, everybody uses internet. Everybody uses internet to buy. Everybody uses internet to take decision. So as business leaders, can we forget this digital world around you? It is time to adopt the digital world and digital technology is what I want to impress, because majority of the world thrives in. Let us not think everybody is using only for Facebook. No, kindly go through the business pages. Digital is upon us. Now, what is digital transformation? The definition says the process of using digital technology to create new or modifying existing business processes, culture. I am underlining culture because a very important aspect, and customer experiences to meet the changing business and marketing requirement. Very simple. It was there maybe, but you are modifying to make sure that the customer experiences are met and changing business and marketing requirements are met. I think most of you would have seen Amazon Air delivery. I think 2013 Amazon started thinking about it, but it is quite common in USA. Amazon Air is one thing where they're using an instrument, say to go around a drone to pick up and say drop it at a customer's place. Why it is required? Because customers are willing to pay a little bit more for it. Why? Because they want the material or the product now, capital letter now. So you can see drone flying around. Okay, you can also deliver by using a delivery boy, as it happens in India, maybe. But people are willing to pay more if you use the right technology. Now, yes, quickly, the COVID has accelerated. In the service industries, I will go a little bit faster because most of you may be manufacturing. Service industries, yes, there is working from home. It's creating a lot of opportunities for service industries. And prices across the globe, unfortunately, sadly, it has fallen down. Many industries are facing challenges, but good thing is for Indian industries, especially service industries, the right time to make a deal. So with the organization going digital, so the software in fact, many of my software friends are working overtime. They are going to sleep at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning after opening their laptop in the morning, 8 o'clock. So they are having a big work on hand. And of course, new technologies, AI, everything is artificial intelligence is gaining momentum. We will not go in depth. Most of you may be knowing, or in different forum or a different meeting, we can see this. So service industries are getting benefited because of COVID, because of the acceleration and changes what is happening. But when it comes to manufacturing or say MSMEs, we are under turmoil. As I said, it is going to be survival of fittest and smartest. Now, business owners, we all, I'm not telling you, we all must become tech savvy. Whatever be our age, we must know what is happening in the world. We cannot say, sir, I don't know, sir, I'm previous generation person, or I'm whatever it is, reason. No, we must become tech savvy to survive. India is being looked upon by many countries as an alternative manufacturing hub. As you know, so many things are happening. In fact, last week, Mr. Mowli was presenting. You could have seen the data also. China, people, I mean, there are many companies who are coming out of China. Many countries like Japan, they are keeping aside billions of dollars to help Japanese companies to come out of maybe China and look for manufacturing setup elsewhere. Why not in India? We have everything. Why not in India? There's another opportunity. We have enormous hidden capability. I'm just giving some examples. You know what is happening. India never made a ventilator throughout our, say, industrial life. But within 1 month of COVID, there are so many companies starting from Mahindra, or so maybe TVS funded. I saw one video yesterday. My good friend sent it across to me. Enough number of people are producing working ventilators at a much more cheaper cost. So what it means, then why we are importing from some other countries paying lakhs together all these years? Maybe the innovation came out of the necessity. So in fact, I saw the robots are getting built in 10 days in India. And in Pondicherry, a group of students, they built a robot and presented to the governor. In about 10 days, they built a robo to give medicine to quarantine ward patients. It happened in Bangalore also. So we do have hidden capacity with us. Only thing, we should not feel despair and feel sad that something is happening. So instead of waiting for national emergencies, can we think of how to harness opportunities? But as a company, are you ready? Am I ready? Is a question. Now, you can. These are the few things. I am not looking into everything. I just wanted to focus on something called, in fact, extensive use of 3D printing technology is being used, especially at the time of now COVID. 3D printing is one beautiful, say, innovation which can make, say, many R&D guys' hearts go very happy. You can see the dog here, bottom left. This dog was unleashed, if I may use the word, in Singapore about, say, 15, 20 days back. It's a robot dog. It is used to maintain social distance in the parks. So in the park and public places, Singapore is using this dog. It's a robo dog. It is going all around the park and public places and making sure people maintain the social distance, and that is maintaining through the camera. It goes and tells the people to stop if they are going together. It was never there till about, say, 1 month back. So from where it has come? So there is a lot of opportunities for digital business now. And in fact, I can see, I have shown the next picture on the right bottom is in China, they are using drones fitted with thermal camera to see in public places who is having high fever. Even if a person is walking with high fever, the drone can find out and inform the government there is a guy with a fever walking around. So look at the business opportunities, what is happening everywhere. And this is I picked up, I think you can see the date there, I think 6/5. 6th of May, I got an invitation from Germany to attend their expo. I was wondering what the hell, there are no aircraft to go. Then the link says, please log in, it will take you to our virtual exhibition. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I logged into this particular, say, exhibition. You can see the name of the company. It is as if you are entering into Imtex exhibition stall, exactly like that. You can pick up the brochure. On the left side, there is a stand here. My cursor I'm trying to show here. It has got so many product brochures. You can pick up one. It will download that. There is a video running. You can go and press there. You will find a corporate video in a close-up. You can see there's a gentleman over here. You can have a discussion. He'll come and explain what are his products. Then you can go near the mission and you can see live demo of the mission. And it is as if you are entering into any stall in an exhibition. I was wondering, in fact, I put that in my LinkedIn report also in my article. Then just imagine the possibilities, what is happening. Just imagine what can happen. And I got everything what I wanted from this company. A personalized person, a marketing man to talk to me, and whatever I wanted, I saw, I interacted, and I came out of the booth. That's it. It is like walking into the booth in, say, your Imtex. So this is what is called, imagine, just imagine what MSMEs can do. Just imagine if you have a product, if you have got a good product, who knows, your whole factory can be exhibition hall and you can show to the whole world. You can display to the whole world without even going anywhere. So digital world has arrived. So we may say, I'm a simple MSME working in a corner of India, somehow struggling. So is it applicable? These are the reason I say it is applicable. Certainly it is applicable. Maybe your company is small, even more applicable. You may have only one CNC machine, then making it highly productive and monitoring it's even more important because the one asset you have, maybe two assets. So it's even more applicable. Okay, it's 48%, not 44. As per Financial Express last year, MSMEs contributed 48% of India's export. Don't we think that we must innovate and become digital in whatever small way possible to compete with the world? I think yes. How to implement digital? Very simple. Back to our PDCA cycle. Most of us know as engineers, plan, do, check, act. So don't go digital blindly, please, please, please. Simply just because a very nice sounding name, simply don't jump into that. Find out why you want to go digital. Decide on the objectives for going for digital. Then brainstorm. Very important, involve your people. Please do not take decision as a business leader or as a boss on your own. Please, very, very important. There are many articles available. Please browse and read it. One of the reasons why digital technology fails is the culture change. People refuse. They think that they may lose the job or they are not interested. So involve people, do the research and identify right digital solution provider. Check up whether your existing infrastructure is capable, maybe your IT equipment or whatever it may not be capable. Find out the cost and check whether you are ready to invest. And I will touch upon it. Nowadays, there are a lot of help comes from MSME and Government of India. Please learn about it. Yesterday, I conducted a program. So please learn from your MSME Development Institute what are the support Government of India gives for investing in such kind of say technology. Check your ROI. Please note there is a lot of intangible ROI also. Your customer image or your name in the market, you cannot measure like a Coca-Cola brand. It costs brand itself costs in billions of dollars. So please check the return on investment, tangible, intangible. Do a pilot project, implement. It's as simple as that. Remember, it's a culture change. Now, last few slides. Now I want to come function by function. What are the options available for smaller organization? Also, of course, many of them are applicable even for bigger organization. You can see what Mr. Albert Einstein has said. Not now, many years back. If you are doing same thing again and again the same way, and we expect a better result, then we must be insane. We cannot be working any of the function like before. Marketing function, I will work the way I was doing 10 years back, but I want better result. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it will not happen. I mean, same thing for every department. So you must look at every function in a little bit different, say, glass and see what is suitable. Okay. TOFU means top of the funnel. The most important role in all the organizations is played by marketing or sales function. You may have only maybe 5% as marketing sales team. You may have only 1%, you as a business leader you may be doing. But remember, TOFU, the top of the funnel is most important. If that is not filled, you will never get enough number of orders. There are many tools available to make sure that your TOFU is full. But I want to start a very simple thing, much simple thing. Do you have a proper email ID? I'm not looking at some digital camera, artificial intelligence, nothing, just simple things. Many of us, unfortunately, don't even have a proper email ID. What do you mean proper email ID? Your business email ID cannot be your Gmail ID. It cannot be your Yahoo ID. Imagine you send your quotation or you write to a big company, maybe Toyota, I'm just taking an example, or BHEL. You write with your, say, gmail.com. I am giving a quotation. 99% maybe Toyota or the BHEL computer will not even accept your mail because they would have set the filters. So I've seen in my consulting life, even relatively big companies, the important leaders of the company, the marketing team, they'll be running around with their personal email IDs. Come on, it has to change. If you want to look professional, you must become professional. I'm telling digital transformation start from such simple things for smaller organizations. Do you have a good website? Because our product may be good, but these are all required for marketing and sales. No more going and sitting in front of customer and asking, sir, give me order. Sorry, I think those days are gone. You must project in a little bit different way. Does your organization, is it present in social media? 3, do you have a digital marketing strategy? You may think, sir, I am in Pina, I am in, say, Bomanalli. What are you talking about digital marketing? Why I should do? I have got customers who is known to me, who is a OEM, fine. But still you can have a digital marketing strategy. Still you can look for different customers. Still you can increase your TOFU. I always ask, especially marketing and sales team, are you keeping in touch with your customer regularly, or it is only for receiving orders and following them for payments? Very important, you must be digitally in touch with your customers all the time, sending him whatever improvements you are doing, keeping in touch, sending your social media sites. Generally, your customers must be in touch digitally all the time, not just when you want, which will not look nice. I am continuing. There are a lot of tools. If I ask any senior people in any organization, what's your marketing person does? Normally they say, sir, I think I send him to Mumbai. Why? He is gone to meet the customer. He will go all the way to Mumbai to meet one customer and come back next day spending time in money, in flight, in train, in hotel. But do you know what exactly? It is not like monitoring or spying tool. It is a productivity tool. There are many tools which are available to monitor and coordinate with the sales team online real time. You will know by GPS exactly where he is, and the report can be filed then and there before even leaving the customers or the potential client's place. You will know what is the cost to acquire customer. You will know the analytics. You will know without even the marketing person coming and filing for the distance travel. I know many companies give say 5 rupees per kilometer. You need to calculate and tell you. The report will come automatically how many kilometers went by auto or car, whatever it is. Imagine such productivity tools. Those kind of things that come at a very, very cheap price. So you must know what the hell is happening with your marketing and field sales on minute to minute basis. Two, CRM. I know many business leaders, even though they proudly say they note down everything in their diaries. Customer reaction, customer feedback, quotation, everything except for final purchase order. Everything happens with couple of people, maybe marketing people, maybe customer service, or maybe with the say the senior people. It will be only in diaries, nothing else. Please start becoming professionals. A lot of tools are available. And how many of us use LinkedIn Sales Navigator? Maybe some of you have you used it. It doesn't cost much money, not costing much money, but LinkedIn is a professional platform. In fact, I am asking how many of us use LinkedIn for business effectively, by the way. So, WhatsApp and Facebook. My sincere request to business people is, okay, not an advice, it's only a suggestion. Don't waste your hard-earned money and time, the limited time you are in the world by spending too much of time in social media. Why not use the social media for your business? These apps, they already have a lot of business pages. Sign up, make use of the feature. Please go and see what is happening. And GEM, I'm going to talk about this GEM. This is government e-marketing portal. It started about a couple of years back. In fact, I conduct program to support and help MSME only on GEM for one-day program. It is a fabulous tool by Government of India. I'll just show you the next page what it is. Most of the MSMEs will have lot of opportunities to get say business over there. Most of us. I already told you online expo. I saw somewhere in a video in Australia, Sydney, if I remember correctly. They got a huge screen. I'm not telling you must do. I'm giving example of where world is going. There is a big electronic screen in the mall. So when you walk near the screen, this screen will capture your face, facial recognition, artificial intelligence. It goes back to your history. The computer goes back. It checks your likes, dislikes, what you purchased, where you went, everything. Based on your personality, it gives advertisements of where you should go in that mall. Okay, you're interested in traveling, it finds out from your background record, all without talking, within the 3-second time. Okay, Bala loves traveling. So it will show, Bala, you love traveling. Why not go to this stall? It has got a bag, travel bag. It's got a say shoe section. So these things are possible with say technology. So the world has gone to different level. So I'm only highlighting we can move. So the list is endless. If I have to talk about marketing and sales, we may have need a separate session. But these small tools, none of them cost huge money. Start making use of it to increase your sales funnel at the top. Now I talked about GEM. One slide. I just picked up one slide out of my 40-50 slides of GEM program. This is the data, and this is the biggest market or one of the biggest market in the world. In the GEM platform, it is like Amazon. You can put your product for sales also. There are a lot of benefits for MSMEs when you sell through GEM platform. You just go through. It's a big program. I cannot tell here now. So 42,000 PSUs and defense establishments are connected there. So close to 18 lakh products. You can see the figures, huge figures. So already 68, this last year figure, maybe 5 months back, maybe now it's even more. So this is the possibility when you connect yourself electronically in GEM portal. Very easy. People are interested, they can call me later. Of course, our very helpful MSME DA is always there to support. Please connect with us, we'll help you out. Now comes customer service. I connected marketing, one customer end, other customer end is customer service, customer to customer. What is CX? Now, all of us know, even we want experience. We don't need, even as consumers, we don't like products. We want experience of product. That's why we buy the product. Car is a car is a car is a car. But why you want a better car? Because of the experience. Mobile is a mobile is a mobile. But why you want to go for an Apple? Experience. Same way, the customer also must get customer experience. Here digital tool will really come in handy. But before going to again very high level of digital tools, as I promised, I want to touch upon small thing. please consider having your own customer app. Details I can tell later in person or whichever way. Please consider having. Medium-sized companies also can have individual customer app where a customer can reach you in person immediately. It's gaining prominence all over the world. Or you can have a small portal within your website where customer can reach you. You can reach the customer in a very, very fast way. I always ask how quickly your customers can call you. In other words, we used to say, maybe, I don't know if it is there, God forbid all of us, sir, I missed your call, sir, I was in some other meeting. You cannot tell that to customer anymore. Sorry, phone is not the only thing. There are chat box, there are chatbots, there are IVR, there are email, there are 100 ways how the customer should be able to connect with you like in instant. So please see what are the possibilities available and try to implement such things in a small way to start with. Videos, very, very important tools, ladies and gentlemen. The internet says that now we use almost 86% of our time in videos in social media. Even social media is becoming more and more of videos than just postings, because we like videos for installation, for debugging, for training your customer, for your product explanation, or maybe your plant tour to explain about your mission. Please use
ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
Can I continue? I think there is some interference. I request everybody to switch off or put the mute, please. Few more minutes. Okay, so please use videos. That is also digital transformation. Video doesn't mean you have to hire a videographer, bring him to your office or home. No. Nowadays, the phones itself can be a good video. So it can give a good quality video, which is suitable for this purpose. Of course, you can hire if you want a higher quality video. So, 1 minute. Okay. There are a lot of customer service platforms are available, because I cannot name it here in this say meeting. There are a lot of simple, easy to use platforms are available. Please make use of it and please become professional. Your customer could be TVS or Volvo or maybe even smaller companies, but make your customer happy. As I said here in the top line, the trick is to make your customer happy. In spite of rare failure of your product or service, they must feel that you are a professional. That will happen only if you use this engine, Rolls-Royce engine. Another example, I am not going to let us do like this, all of us. Maybe we are MSME. But you must know, 2 years back, Rolls-Royce introduced this engine called intelligent engines, 2 or 3 years, if I remember correctly. These engines are fantastic engines, work-wise, and also there are a lot of sensors. When a pilot is flying an aircraft, these engines can communicate with other aircrafts nearby with Rolls-Royce engine, and they can exchange data between themselves. Rolls-Royce engine to another Rolls-Royce engine when they are flying, and exchange data. How was the weather? How is the heat? How is the temperature? How is the altitude? Is there any trouble? Like two drivers talking, KSRT drivers talking and exchanging what is happening on the road. These engines can communicate between each other and accordingly alert the pilot. And I also heard these engines while flying are capable of sending back data. I think 36,000 engines are there, or 16,000 engines. I'm sorry, I exactly don't know, but it is in tens of thousands of engines. All the data goes directly to the customer service centers of Rolls-Royce, and they analyze online and real time and give feedback to the pilots. Pilot, this is what is happening, your right engine, please do this, it will become okay. This is what is called customer service. Even before customer realizes there is a problem in your product, people are coming out with a solution and advising customer. This is the ultimate level of customer experience. Forget it, we are not Rolls-Royce, but can we do little bit from our side is what I am trying to tell. Coming to human resource, we always say, now all of you know, you see 10 lakh people going back to the native place, 15 lakh people going back to native place. So many Indians are coming back. I'm not telling it's good or bad, it's a different subject. We all will have problem. You may not have, say what you call unskilled people, may not be like Devaraj are telling less number of people for some time. In fact, smaller companies, some of the people from North India might have gone forever. So now you are having people who are having really shortage of people. There are less number of people. They are the real assets. So how are you going to keep them? Whenever I go to any MSME, one of the main complaints they say is, Bala sir, I am having big trouble retaining my team. I always ask them one question: are you giving them employee experience? Sir, ours it's a very small company. Sorry, I switched over to Kannada. They say, sir, it's a small company, sir. What I can do? Remember, close to 80% of the people in the world, they don't leave a company because of the salary. Once they join, at least not in first 2-3 years, they leave because of the company and respective reporting authority. You can Google and find out. Close to 80%. They don't leave because of salary, not okay. Or maybe sometime working company, but certainly because of the boss or because of the experience what they get. So, how is your customer, your employee experience? You will show in the attrition rate. Even MSME, they survive only because of employees. I am not telling you to give double the salary, but how is their experience? Are you giving? In fact, I found unfortunately many companies don't even give appointment order, but they expect the employees to stick on for 5 years. Come on, sir, it is impossible. So I'm not talking about those basic things that must be done. I'm talking of different way. We are handling many times youngsters. Old methods will not work at all. As we saw, maybe they will start their own company. As I said, I met 20 people less than 18-year-old. They are the MDs and having more than 1 crore turnover. They may go on their own. So the people handling becomes very important. There are a lot of software available, very say what you call affordable prices, and you can manage the whole say HR asset in a very professional way. You may be having only 5 people, then even more important, you handle those 5 people professionally. Those days are gonna, anything madap, I'm telling you, do it. I know I have the best thing. Sorry, sir, I think that will not work. They need to be handled in a different way. Tough, yes, when they make the mistake, but otherwise you have to handle them professionally. There are a lot of software which has come. It can handle what we call employee life cycle. Not very expensive at all. I'm repeating. This is performance management system. We cannot anymore give based on I like the person, I give more increment, less increment. The whole organization must know what is the fundamental of what is happening. Transparency is a must these days. So this is something what HR can do. There are a lot of things what HR can do. I'll be touching upon in few other slides. Choose HRMS wisely, and people are looking, especially compliance tracking. I know many small scale industries, they miss filing proper compliance, say on time. Sir, Markpute sir, what to do, sir? I am one man army. I am running for business. I'm sorry, sir. Please have this kind of tool. Then you will not forget it. It will remind you. It will make sure that you are following all the compliance practices without fail. So please go digital in a small way to start with. I'll skip through this because I cannot put the brand name here, not ethical. But you can see there are so many say companies which are there, which will give digital platform, say career development, coaching, workplace culture, compensation, flexible hiring. There are enough software available in the market, even in India. In fact, yesterday I met one of my friend over online. He's starting one HR company. His only job is to give temporary manpower. He's having people with more than 10 years experience. You want an accountant on a short term for more than 10 years for 3 hours or 5 hours. That's all the work you have. He can give that person. So you don't have a permanent liability, but a professional. So things are changing a lot. Now, the place where the health is created, shop floor. I'll quickly go through. I always, what this SaaS is software as a service. It's a cloud-based platform. You and me know, I don't want to name the big ERP guys. They cost even 10 years back also, we used to pay some 25 lakh, 30 lakhs for huge, you have to pay really huge money for, say, such, say, ERPs. Maybe suitable for big companies. What about smaller organizations? Now comes a helping hand, the name called SaaS-based model. That is cloud-based platform. You can pay for the number of people who are using it, and per user per month based, it will be much lesser and say pocket friendly. So use the right ERP, choose the right tool which gives the data you want. Please select what you want. Your mission is a lifeline. You may have one mission. Unfortunately, many people cannot answer me as a consultant when I go and ask, sir, what is your OE of your mission? As of this moment, what is happening? First of all, OE, what is that? Then how to capture the OE, and then knowing OE. Please introduce simple digital platform which can give you your OE in real time. Your mission is your asset. Your two missions, that means even more important, you track the two missions very closely. You must know what is the OE, the running condition of the mission. You must know. Any repetitive human task in the shop floor, please avoid by automation or robots. Kindly don't think, when I say automation or robot, don't think of Siemens factory or Fanuc factory, where or any other, say TVS or big companies where there are thousands of robots. I'm talking of simple automation. I'm using the word robot, but simple automation can save you trouble and also can save you investment in, say, permanent people. So you are already producing a lot of machine data. Why not use it? A lot of process data you are creating, use it. Your artificial intelligence, you can use it simply to predict your machine downtime. There are softwares available. Once you do your TPM, it can even predict when your breakdown can happen next. It can be as simple as that, or it can have a cognitive ability where it can think on its own and still help you. I'm not telling go for cognitive ability, but go for simple AI platform which are available. I want to touch upon top management. Very, very important. I'm coming last, one of the last slide. Digital culture starts or dies here. So I'm asking, I have seen even top management person or the owner of the company also going around with say a personal ID with some Yahoo or Gmail. Please start your journey here. It's quite simple. Do not proudly tell. Again, this is one habit most of us or many have. Sir, if I'm not there in my factory for one day, my factory will come to a stop, sir. You know, sir, I am the only one man handling. Sir, sorry, sir, it will not work anymore. Maybe it will not work anymore. I mean, even earlier. Even now, it is no. Please use digital tools for training, for introducing systems, for monitoring progress. You are there as a top management to see tomorrow, not to see today. I always say leave today to your managers and supervisors. As a top person, you must see tomorrow what is going to happen to my company. Please do not tell proudly your company is working only because you're standing there for 24 hours. That means something is seriously wrong. You can never grow or you can never get a new customer. You will lose the customer also. Please evaluate the digital tools. There are many tools. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not able to tell the brands. I should not tell, but there are a lot of tools. Please evaluate. Next question. Even today, a newspaper item, in today's Times of India, one businessman lost because his finance person swindled off 1 crore rupees. You can see in today's Times of India. His own finance person swindling his own money of 1 crore. So what this man is doing? I'm not blaming him, but it's a sad state of affairs. You must know as of this moment what is your profit and loss. In fact, I found out many places where the profit and loss account or balance sheet, even the business people, the leaders, they don't know. Sir, and you look, sir, I'm after all a technical guy. Sorry, sir, better learn. Or implement tools which will give you real time. What is your profit and loss? What is your financial status? Yes, your finance head or CA can tell you what is happening for clarification. But you cannot leave everything to them and you cannot become zero. So please use the actual tools. OEE, already I explained to you. The leader must know what is OEE. Please remember, digital ignorance cannot be an excuse. It cannot be anymore. Especially in the after COVID time when things are challenging, when you are running with a tight budget, with less money, with more customers all over the world, you must be digital savvy. Okay. Please know about your customer feedback, top management immediately. Please go for simple CRMs. You must know what your customer is telling. Of course, your customer service man can know, your engineers can know, but as a top management man, you must also know what is your customer talking. At least you must choose what you want to listen. So you must also know at this moment, where is your marketing team? At this moment, say if it is 12 o'clock now, at 12 o'clock, you must know where are these guys and what they are doing. You should not tell they are in Bombay. You must tell, yes, they are there in this company. They are talking like this. In another 5 minutes, I will know the result. Please make use of simple tools for all these things. It will bring discipline also into your marketing and sales team. And what is value addition? I already asked you. Many people vehemently tell, no, sir, my company or my factory is the best company. I know it is 80-90%. Please go through your value analysis percentage. Again, it's your money, by the way. It's your money. Please put a lot of small automation, robots. I said yes, because don't think robots mean something big, small thing. Industry 4.0. In fact, 10 days back, C4I4, the government company, was giving a lot of presentation on how they implement, Industry 4.2, and there are many companies, including my company, of course. We support organization to go for how to introduce digital transformation in the companies. Now, this is what I mentioned in my LinkedIn article also. Are you worried about your team presence or your team's performance? Many of us have ego where you want to see your team working underline under you, with you, in your eyesight. No, times have changed. What you want is performance. Other than the core shop floor where you want, please think radically different. I'm just giving an example, but it may be wrong example, but think carefully. Can they work from home? Can they work in a different way? Can any digital tool can be used to communicate? These are the things which as a business leader you must think about. How is your sales funnel? I always say, hi, how is your sales funnel? How many of you use digital marketing to use? Or are you still believing only some, say, 10 people of your marketing or 1% of marketing team is the end all and beginning of all for your company? No, it cannot work like that. Bring digital marketing to use. Okay, other functions, of course, maintenance. I know one maintenance guy who was attending a meeting with me in CAE maybe 2 years back. He was watching his, say, smartphone. I asked him, what, Mr. So-and-so, what are you watching? He was literally watching, he's a maintenance guy. He was watching how is the compressor running, how much kilowatt is generator is producing, how much solar power is getting produced at that point of time. I'm talking 2 years back. Just imagine, he's attending a meeting with me in CAA, but he's watching his smartphone and is deciding and taking decisions. And it doesn't cost much money, by the way. So that is what you must be looking at. Simple automation for material movement. When hospitals can use a small robo made in India, made by college students to deliver food and say tablets, why not a company can use such thing? Sir, sir, my Uttar Pradesh guy has gone back, sir, I don't have manpower, sir. Can you go look at these small things, simple things? It is no more complicated, no more expensive. AGV stands for Automated Guided Vehicle. That is also available for a little bit bigger companies. It can be magnetic type or it can be software based, it can GPS based. There are a lot of advanced versions available. It can be 500 kg capacity, it can be 3 tons capacity. Why not look into these things instead of telling that you don't have manpower, on time, not possible? Kindly evaluate. Okay, now AI is being used for corona vaccination development. I will not go in depth, but that is being used where they're using artificial intelligence to analyze the molecules to invent vaccination in less than 6 months instead of normally it takes about say 3 years time. No, cyber security, I want to touch upon for 30 seconds. Most of us, even now, we use bank payment and say employee payment or whatever it is in the office by computer, by IT department. How many of us have got a proper IT tool? How many of you have done test for your IT function? Of course, it's a must for bigger companies, but even for medium and small companies, do we have proper cyber security tools? It's a very important for finance, because you are filing with government, filing with banks, but you must have a proper IT department with cyber security tools. Please evaluate and don't forget it. I was just typing this yesterday. I was thinking, when drone can find out with a thermal camera who is having fever, why not use drone instead of security? I'm from HR perspective, in the night shift. I know in my own companies, I know sometimes, sir, people are not there, sir, security difficult to get. Oh, come on, why not use drone? Maybe, and drones, it's a dime a dozen. It's available at such a cheap cost. I'm just throwing out ideas. You can, 2-3 companies can share these resources and still can do it. So I'm just throwing some ideas of how one can use digital technology. I met sometime back somebody called Robo Chef. I'm sorry, I'm using a brand name, but I had no option. Many times we struggle with the kitchen. Companies, even smaller companies or medium or big companies, we struggle in the kitchen. This Robo Chef is a digital tool. It is automatic. Once you program for a dish, say vegetable biryani you want to make, one time you teach it how to make vegetable biryani, automatically you just feed the ingredients. It will take exactly required ingredients. Even you put more, it will not accept. You put less, it will ask for more. Within 10 minutes, whether 1% or 100%, this fellow can manage. What do you think about it? Maybe 10 of the companies can jointly put together, they can hire or buy this and forget about struggling with each company having a kitchen, cleaning everything. Think about it. Only thing, we cannot be digitally ignorant is what I want to tell. For other rapid prototyping or 3D printing, especially the boon for people who are in R&D. In fact, you would have seen many WhatsApp messages. In fact, last week, Mr. Chandramouli was presenting a company which was supplying 3D printed parts for, say, ventilators. That is the reason why it was able to be produced so fast. So consider these things in your development cycle to make your development cycle lesser. Believe me, I have not put that, sorry, I forgot it. We may not be producing same parts anymore, possibly, many of the MSMEs. The customers may not even exist for some of you. Are you going to close down? No way. You are going to evaluate with your own same machines what else you can produce with the opportunities that is opening up. How quickly you can say give your sample parts where this 3D printing can really come to help. AR, VR, augmented reality, virtual reality. Ladies and gentlemen, don't think it is for some children or some malls people are using for some entertainment. You can see videos. In fact, I have a couple of friends who are very good. Even for practical use, it can be used. Suppose you are assembling a vacuum cleaner, example. Tomorrow you have to assemble a washing machine. So it's a totally new assembly concept. But if you load once in your VR, with a VR assisted assembly, possibly your operator can learn very fast how assembly of washing machine can be done instead of assembly of say some other item. I'm giving an example. So it's called assisted assembly. So many things are possible. Do not think it is for only huge companies, please. Now, please call people, evaluate, discuss what you can do. So cut down travel is my last slide. Please use virtual platforms. I mean, no other choice, by the way. There are no aircrafts flying around. But even otherwise, with suppliers, customer, employees, do not send your marketing person, do not send your customer service, or do not send your employees for some like errand, for a small 5-minute job. Please don't send them across the town, across the country. It can be accomplished with simple virtual meetings. So there are several MSME schemes available. Make use of them. Again, this is not the platform. There are virtual nice people are there, as I said. Please go and learn what are the schemes are available. They are more than happy. There are a lot of professionals who can help you with upgradation of technology. You can form clusters and buy something. As I was telling, why CMM? Many times CMM we buy and we use it for only half an hour, 1 hour. Maybe 5 of you can buy a CMM and share it. I mean, there are schemes available. I'm giving an example. So explore such things for even digital transformation. As I said, a 1,000-mile journey also starts with a small step. Keep that one step forward in your digital journey is what is my request. And with that, I stop my presentation. Thank you. Hello.
Okay, thank you so
much. Am I audible?
Yes, Dr. Balamurugan, am I audible also?
Yes, audible.
Okay, you can come on the camera, Dr. Balamurugan.
Yes, I am already in the camera. Yes.
I just switched on. I think it was a fantastic presentation. Thank you so much. You have covered, if somebody adds up all of them, there are some 100 ideas which can be put together. And I'm sure people are picking up what is very, very relevant for their own organization. Mr. Sridhar Babu, I would like to switch off your video. If you have a question, you please put on. From the beginning, I'm seeing some of them are video, audio is not off. Now I request Mr. Sridhar Babu to switch off his video. The questions which are in the chat box, I think Mr. Anup Wadhwa, I think is my good friend from Delhi, who's the head of the Automation Association and also running a smart manufacturing venture under the Department of Heavy Industries. He is asking, Mr. Bala, you are a ZE consultant. Can you share how the quality assurance can gain with the digital tools that are affordable for small and medium enterprises? The question is from
yes.
Anup Wadhwa. Can you share how the quality assurance can gain with digital tools that are affordable for small and medium enterprises? Yes, Bala.
Okay. Mr. Wadhwa, I hope I am audible. Because in the absence of details as to what is your product and who are your customers, I may not be able to give specific answer, but I want to just touch upon one small thing. Almost 15 to 18 years back when I was in SKF, I forget now, I'm talking of 18 years back, we're using digital tools for inspection and quality. How? Say I was in bearing manufacturing. Each bearing used to get inspected automatically for key dimensions, 100%. There was a specific set of tools, automatic measuring equipment, and the measurement from there directly used to go to the quality manager's cabin, and used to get SPC chart, analysis of how is the trend of the product which is going up or down, and what action he can take. 18 years back, we used to have the tool, digital tool, which used to give a real time of what is happening in each machine. That is one example. But there are several examples which have come recently, digital tools. There are so many tools that come branded, or you can implement on your own based on your needs. But if I know your product and say your process, certainly I can share some ideas. I would request you to come contact me after the program. I'll be glad to speak to you, sir. Please.
Thank you, Dr. Balamurugan. Mr. Anup Padwa is running the Samarth Udyog Center in Delhi along with Delhi IIT, funded by the central government on a platform called Samarth Udyog. Thank you, Mr. Anup Padwa. I see another question coming now from Mr. Aditya Shetty. While I agree with your ideas of embracing digital transformation for benefiting the efficiencies internal to an organization, I have my doubts how well we can use this for value adding to the customers. As you are aware, MSMEs like us operate in an extremely cost sensitive market. The added cost may act as a hindrance in a market that may not be ready for such services. Your thoughts on this, please. Basically, he's talking about the cost benefit. Over to Bala.
His name, sir?
Mr. Aditya Shetty.
Okay.
I don't know which company. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Mr. Aditya, I share your concern because I am also, if I am a consultant and I also belong to MSME. I certainly share your concern. I am sure many people may also have this question. And as you saw some time back in the McKinsey report, if we carefully, selectively implement digital tools, it can lead up to 40% productivity improvement. In other words, you and you means all of us, we and our customers can be benefited. It's like whether chicken came first or egg came first. If I get business, I will do digital tools, or if I do digital tools, I'll get more customers, or I get a better price, or I can save money, or a better process become faster. I can use less number of people to do same things. So it depends on where you are in your journey of say in your organization. I would only sincerely suggest, I cannot advise, I can only suggest is start in a very small way. Start in an extremely small way. As I said, most of the tools, it doesn't cost money. As I said, no, many of them are available in SaaS based model, SaaS based model. Start in a very small way, reap the benefit, and then go next step. I agree, totally agree. You cannot implement everything on a single day, Mr. Aditya. But absolutely, your customer will love it when you start showing him small improvement in price or delivery or efficiency, or at least how you approach to him is my suggestion. But again, once if I know in detail, I can talk to you specifically regarding your processor.
Thank you, Mr. Balamurugan. The next question is from Mr. Murthy, DN Murthy. Bala sir, post COVID-19, what are the 2 to 3 main challenges for SMEs and MSMEs in the HR space, HR, apart from labor availability, which is a main challenge? Question from Mr. Murthy. I don't know which company. Bala.
Yes, Mr. Murthy, you already touched one point, that is labor availability. That is going to be number one thing because we are going to do with a little bit lesser number of people, at least to begin with. HR, that is one. Second thing is going to be managing the morale of the people. Big or small company, managing the morale is going to be the biggest challenge for the top management and specifically for HR department. Internal and external influence. What may happen, like the previous friend who was asking, Mr. Aditya, or any company, oh my God, what will happen? Will I lose my job? That itself can hinder the productivity. I would suggest the HR and the top management can be very transparent in each MSME. Take your team, whatever is remaining, and take them, give them a lot of confidence. As I said, explore many of these new things and make them participate in the changes. Maybe you lost a customer, possibly because the customer himself is down. Maybe the time for the top management and the whole team to look at the new set of customers suitable for post-COVID environment. As I said, the company which has never produced, say a product, now they are producing after COVID, maybe a ventilator, maybe something else. So the more, I'm not telling it should be only related to COVID product. There are a lot of new products may be opening up. So HR can do, number one, to help the confidence and remove the fear factor from the employees. That will be the biggest thing one can do. Of course, availability of employees itself will be a challenge. As I said, if you can cleverly manage for the time being, I know it is difficult, you cannot do like this, but even small, slow implementation, automation, or looking at alternate process, taking help of expertise can help, sir. I can see only these two, the morale of the people and how we manage, say, the loss of money. Maybe you'll have to pay less to your employees because of the situation. Then how do we communicate to the employees and retain them and also contribute positively? The communication, the handling psychology of employees, and actual physical availability of labor. These would be the main challenges, sir, Mr. Murthy.
Thank you, Dr. Balamurugan. Next interesting question from Srinivasa Narasimhaya. Bala sir, any specific tools available for construction management in the field of inspection and monitoring of field activities? Construction management.
Okay. Yes. Mr. Srinivas is happening to be a good friend of mine anyway. And Srinivas, I can give more detail offline since we know each other well. For the benefit of everybody else, I would like to point out something. Construction line, normally people think it is not possible to use digital tools. About a month back, I showed in some other forum, it was mostly of digital, construction people. In USA, there are at least 16 companies who are using digital printing for construction of homes. I'm talking about residents, believe me, and at a very, very cheap, reasonable cost. In fact, I could not add this in this presentation. People, one machine is building one room, house. Within about 16 days, the house is ready, and it is safety wise, in all the testing wise, as good as any other house with only one machine, digital printing of home. So I'm just telling that is an example. There are a lot of things which are available. You would have seen. For even bricklaying, there are simple machines which has come, not very expensive. For quality testing, there are equipments and technologies that have come. In fact, I use many things in my own experience while constructing plants and big companies. Certainly, Srinivas, it is full of digital tools and modern tools, even in construction equipment. Unfortunately, in India, the construction division or construction, that whole section, we do not want to look at modernizing that. I think this COVID would have taught many of them a lesson to adopt those technologies soon. I hope we learn soon, sir. But Srinivasji will contact later, sir. Of course, I'll tell you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Balamurugan. Now, I believe most of the questions from the audience seem to be exhausting. There are 65 more people. They may be asking some more. Due to the paucity of time, I would like to add a question which is on behalf of all those who participated and did not participate. And later on, maybe they'll have a chance to see the response on these two important related question, my own questions. Where should a small enterprise, I'm not talking about a medium enterprise. Yesterday, I think Finance Minister defined small as below 100 crores or whatever. Regardless of the definitions, where should a small enterprise and a micro enterprise start its journey immediately after lockdown 3.0 vis-a-vis the digital journey? Digital journey I'm talking about. Number one. A related question is, which technology, digital will give the maximum business benefit to an MSME after the COVID is completely disappeared from this as a red zone or whatever zone they belong to? Immediately after the lockdown and after the COVID disappears, which gives the maximum business benefit in terms of cost benefit? Which technology? Thank you, Dr. Balamurugan.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you for raising the question on behalf of many others. The small enterprises, they will be facing, there are two challenges, two situations. One, the present customer is there, thank God, he is still there, but the volumes have come down. Two, unfortunately, the present customer to whomever we are supplying as a small enterprises, say himself may be under serious trouble and there is no business. I would always say, in fact, I spent a lot of time in marketing. In fact, I gave 2 slides, complete slides. In spite of that, the slides were running full. So I said, we need a separate session if you want to talk. I would say, sir, the small enterprises, of course, big, but certainly small enterprises must start using in a small way to start with digital marketing. Because first of all, to survive, you need customers. And the best way to start looking for customer is going to a good digital marketing guy, learning how to get the new customer base, because unfortunately your present customer may not be doing well or he may not be existing. So we cannot be shutting down our shop. Best way is to use digital marketing. It doesn't cost huge money, but certainly it can give good benefit. There are many methods of doing it. That is one way. That is a digital tool I would adopt if I am a small enterprise, because I need customer. Without customer, what is the point of having a factory, small factory? But after COVID, assume all goes well, maybe 3-4 months later, as we saw, I'm a business consultant, I am a lean practitioner. I always tell any company, including small company, there is an inefficiency of at least 50%. At least 50%. So after COVID, what I would do is I will improve my process. I will improve digital tools. I will capture, I don't know, it depends on what machines I have. As I said, if I have CNC machine, Instead of running 3 shifts inefficiently, I'll find a way how to run it in 1 shift and save power and pass on the benefit to customer, or at least I will make more profit to make up for the losses what I had. I will use digital tools to make sure that my process become efficient, use lean tools, capture and take decision. And I will always tell, I will not stop looking for new customer anytime. I may have an extreme, this is something I've seen, sir, with many of my friends in, say, MSME sector. We get very happy if we get 2 customers. I have seen, sir, I got 2 customers, sir. I'm very happy, sir. I'm not looking for any more customer. I'm not telling let down your existing customer, but all the time you must be looking for the funnel of new customers. But unfortunately, many of us don't do that. The moment we get one good customer, we think that is start all and end all, and we stop looking for new customer. If even after COVID, along with improving my productivity and using digital tools and either passing on to customer or keeping with me, I will all the time look out for new customer so that I survive, possibly in a diversified field. If I am in, say, aerospace field, I will look for automobile. If I am already in automobile field, I will look at defense sector. So to diversified sector, I will always keep customer so that I do not fall into the pit of market situation and end up in a loss, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. These 2 answers which Dr. Balamurugan has given, I also put on the chat. And to basically to summarize, the very, very important point is, number 1, as Dr. Balamurugan said, during the survival phase, we have to retain and develop new customers, and mostly retention becomes very important. So customer oriented digital technologies such as digital marketing, CRM, after sales service tools, etc., etc. And soon after the COVID or in the transition process, go for lean tools enabled by digital technology to improve quality, delivery, or whichever the pain point of the particular MSME. And then also seek additional customers, not only to retain the overall business platform, but also to improve the turnover and the profitability, are the 2 major programs. I think a question has come from our HR colleague there, that are there any mentoring services from BCIC? Probably we will take it up offline, and Mr. Prithvi, Secretary General, will.
Can I talk to you?
Yeah, you can directly handle it, Mr. Prithvi. Or you want to touch upon it now? Go ahead.
Hello.
I think some Mr.
Can I talk?
Yeah, yes. Prithvi, please go ahead, Prithvi.
Hello.
Mr. Murthy, DN Murthy. Who is talking?
Hello, can I talk?
Please go ahead, sir.
Who is talking?
Hello.
Please go ahead. Who is speaking?
Sorry, you were talking about the lean manufacturing.
Your good name, sir?
May I know who is speaking, sir?
Hello.
Sir, may I know who is speaking? I think we are lost him, I think.
What is your name, sir? What is your name
yes,
and
sir,
company?
Please go ahead.
No, this is Gopinath Rao, Deputy Director from MSME.
Oh, okay.
Sir, good morning, sir. Good afternoon. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Balamurugan. I was on another way. I reached very fastly to home just to see your presentation. A little bit late, I joined, and it was very interesting. And I don't know, Mr. President was talking about the lean manufacturing.
Go ahead, sir.
And we are from MSME. We are planning to organize on Tuesday, and also some more programs. If BCCI you would like to have some more programs with MSME, and we are ready to do with this online. Just to raise the point about the lean manufacturing, I wanted to just share that we are organizing similar one webinar session on Tuesday at 4:30. Just if they give the mobile number, everything, I can share the link and everything. That's the point I want to just share it to. Anyway, it was a good session from your side.
Sir. Thank you so much. If you could just be in touch with me, and also Mr. Balamurugan. I think Mr. Balamurugan's contact you already have.
Yeah.
And my phone number is 9611763479. We can organize a series of webinars in the BCIC platform and bring many experts, including Mr. Balamurugan, on the subject of MSMEs. So we are happy to do that with a joint branding with Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce.
Can you please repeat your number, phone number?
9611.
I will send it across, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Balamurugan will send it across. He knows your contact.
I'll send it across.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sir. I think we are now at 12:40. Are there any more questions from anybody else in the audience, please? In 3 minutes, we will close the session.
Thanks a lot. It was well covered. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
my question is the presentation was very excellent given by Dr. Balamurugan. And here, as he was mentioning, a lot of MSME units and experience he was sharing. The main problem is, as he has mentioned, he has covered all the problems. What is the problems with SMA? But digital, we are very, very back, and we don't have that hand holding, and no one is supporting. If we have one also, they'll not be so competent. And he will do for a few weeks and he will go. Again, we have to search for some other person. In this regard, if you have some connections who does really professionally and who is very competent in price also for MSME, understanding their scenario and financial conditions, as a whole, as a cluster or something, can you help us in that way, sir?
Sir, if I may answer as a presenter, sir, thank you for asking this question. As I said, sir, you touched upon the answer also yourself, coincidentally, sir. May I know who is speaking, sir?
Babu from Srinu Engineering Industries, Pune.
Oh, Srinu Engineering. Sir, okay, sir. Sir, yes, you touched upon the answer also. For many solutions, you have to look at cluster formation route for MSMEs. It will really save time, effort, and money for MSMEs. And yes, digital technology itself is unfortunately being adopted by Indian industries quite late, except for big companies and corporates. So as you rightly say, in the market, you will find quite less number of people who are qualified or who are capable of giving the right solution. Yes, BCIC is it. I think you can take my number from BCIC also, or I can contact me later. MSME is another, Mr. Gopinath Rao just now spoke. Is another good person, or that office is another good source for you to get ideas of how to implement. There are, either you can approach associations like BCIC, or through me or consultant, what we call through BCIC or MSME can go, or MSME Institute is another solution. Certainly you will get answers, sir. Don't feel despair. There are enough people to help you out, sir.
Just wanted to add to that point. That's being a very important point, Bala. The cost sharing approach of a cluster approach, I will also discuss with the Dr. Devarajan. I think TVS Motors is setting a role model. I don't know if Dr. Devarajan is still on the line in the webinar. Companies like TVS Motor and Toyota are taking a lead on helping their own supply chain MSMEs in bringing the transformation. The reason being, as I said in my introductory note, if the MSMEs do not improve their efficiencies, it finally affects only the OEMs, which are the B2B customers. So there is a self-interest in helping, like they helped in the case of lean manufacturing, and the large OEMs help their cluster of MSMEs in Bidadi or wherever it is. Likewise, I think in the digital transformation, there are some initiatives being taken up by the handholding of the large corporation, of their own geographical or the industry supply chain cluster. Balamurugan sir, we should talk to Devarajan offline and see.
Sure.
In our committee of manufacturing committee, which is headed by Dr. Devarajan and the Industry 4.0 committee, we can have a combined methodology. Even our Prasanna of Lagudyog is listening to this subject as we are talking, as to how the shared cost approach and handholding can be enabled by large corporations. And Dr. Devarajan offered, for example, an experiential learning visit. So instead of sundry people visiting his place from BCIC members, non-members, etc., the first visit should be their own sub-suppliers. And we can coordinate that and then make that happen after an introductory webinar by Dr. Devarajan. I'm giving an action point, which could be a good starting point from Mr. Babu's suggestion. And I think it's a good thought. At the end of the session, we got a good action point as a takeaway for myself and Bala. And well-meaning people like Mr. Parasuraman, and who is coming up president in July onwards, and Dr. Devarajan, who is the committee chairman for manufacturing. And all these people, you know, they're very keen to support not only the general MSME, but certainly their own MSMEs in their value chain. On that note, thank you so much, Dr. Balamurugan, Prithvi, Rupa, and all the audience. More than 80 people attended the session. I think,
thank you, sir.
As our MSME director mentioned, this could be probably a starting point of series of webinars jointly handled by Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce and MSME Directorate. Balamurugan can guide us on this and take it up from there, and to make a monthly one very important webinar, which could be very, very hands-on kind of thing. And over the next 6 to 7 months, the COVID is going to only gradually come down as we are talking. We are waiting for the lockdown 4.0 announcements. So with all this information, we can have a series of webinars on how to reach the large customer base of companies like Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce. Thank you so much. On that note, thank you, Dr. Balamurugan, Prithvi, Rupa, for organizing. Mr. Devesh Agarwal, the President of Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Mr. Parasuraman, the Senior Vice President, Mr. B.R. Shekhar, who is coming up Senior Vice President of Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce. And friends, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget on 22nd, you all will get an invitation for a very important webinar on the role of automation, cyber physical automation by BFW, Mr. V. Jagannath, which is very, very important for MSMEs as well as for the OEMs.
So it's for 19th.
I'm sorry, it is on 19th. I made a mistake. On 22nd is a simulation-based automation by Festo. So we have a series of practical, hands-on kind of technology forums. On 19th by BFW on cyber physical automation, and on 22nd by Festo on simulation, interactive tools, and so on and so forth. Please watch the space from Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody. I think now we can disconnect. Thank you.
We can disconnect. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Functions and I think
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
It was the first CTC of all this. One of the expenses incurred by the staff.